Hi, I'm Ajia Monet and welcome to the Highrise Haven, Project 46 located in the great city of Charlotte, North Carolina. As a little girl, my mom was what some might call a gypsy, always on the move, chasing better opportunities in her career or my education. We moved so often that I had to become a pro in reimagining and recreating comfort wherever we landed. I designed spaces that comfort and elevate, blending timeless sophistication with everyday function. Today we'll be exploring a rather sneak peek into the penthouse palace that we've had the privilege of bringing into the 21st century, and I cannot wait to share it with you. So welcome to the family room. Now, this is one of my favorite spaces in this project because obviously it's the one room you see when you first walk in upon the entry. However, as you see, we have panoramic views of the balconies, and this was a combined unit. And so one of the biggest things that we wanted to do when we chose color palette, it was definitely how do we warm this up, and also contributed to the selection for the drapery because we didn't want 100% obstruct the view, but we also wanted to give the room some depth and some layers. And because we have such a beautiful skyline of the city, we definitely wanted to be intentional about not obstructing the view. And so when we chose the Flynn, it was very intentional. It paired really well with the lime wash, the warm tones that we did on the ceiling. It was very much a challenge trying to work with a lot of the concrete walls and ceilings. And so we couldn't do wallpaper. We couldn't do anything we would traditionally do that could adhere to the surface. And so paint was our savior here. And I love that we scaped this whole entire perimeter with the drapery because it is full of floor to ceiling windows. So considering that this is one of the other focal points in this project, it is literally the place where families congregate. This family in particular congregates a lot in this space. And so we wanted to ground this focal point into the city with making this light fixture a moment and kind of keeping it simple but functional for them. So as we talk about a lot of the other obstacles that we face with the concrete ceilings, this beautiful fixture, it was something that we had to commit to because we knew that it was not going to be easy to fix this fixture to the ceiling with all of the different arms. We're going to call it like essentially a spider light. I love this little teardrop. Feels like a part of like maybe just the clouds, kind of reminiscent of the skyline and the clouds. But we paired it with this marble table. It is so good. I love the warmth in this. And the client was really particular about wanting something that had stone. And so with the color scheme in mind, this was something that we helped ground the space, especially with the light floors. But I think most of all, the sculpture, the wall art is one of my favorite pieces here. It's so dimensional and so different. It's definitely a conversational piece. And this is typically where you have your conversations. So welcome to the primary suite on the 46th floor. So we maybe consider this the penthouse. One of the things that I'm really attracted to when we are doing design is hotels. And so we wanted to go a little bit moody because when we originally came into this space, obviously with condo buildings, there were a lot of challenges working around the concrete ceilings and the walls and things like that. So we were limited in how we could add texture to the space. This is a large family that typically congregates a lot in the bedroom with children as well. So we wanted to be mindful of that when we came up with the color palette, which you'll see is a little bit more dark and moody. We did a plaster on the walls. We did this backdrop for the bed, a wall covering that we typically wouldn't have been able to do with the concrete walls. The client specifically specified they wanted blackout, right? Like we always want that option, especially because they get so much natural light in the main space. So we definitely went with the blackout and we wanted to be monochromatic. We wanted to basically do a color drench of the darkness. And so whenever they open them, you know, they have the beautiful, you can't see today because of the fog, but they have a beautiful skyline of Queen City. I chose 2 pages because literally the procurement process is so seamless and the timelines are impeccable. It's always the part of the project that we hate dealing with workrooms, and they just make the process a lot more seamless with having everything available on the website. And so we've been using them for every project for the past couple of years and they always get it right. Overall, this project was such a labor of love. I think it's warm, it's welcoming, it's very intentional, and it's a safe haven for our clients to relax and unwind. Thank you for being here and experiencing this project with me. For me, design goes beyond aesthetics. It's about creating a feeling and sense of warmth, comfort, and belonging. My hope is that this space becomes a place where moments are shared and memories are made for years to come.